last question is, I keep hearing that extracurriculars are a huge plus for university applications, but managing all the homework, assignments, and tests for my classes is already a struggle. Are extracurriculars necessary? And how can I do extracurriculars without jeopardizing my grades? This is a wonderful question. I am an 11th grade student, so I haven't exactly had the opportunity to do too much research on university criteria as well as applications. I have done my preliminary research in what kind of counts as a good thing to write on your application, so I will give you what I know, but please understand that this is not professional university website information. This is just kind of synthesized information that I've gathered from overhearing seminars and kind of understanding things like that. So extracurriculars are a huge plus for university applications because they want to know that you are a well-rounded student. And that means, whether that means being a sporty student or an artistic student, as well as a very academic-based and studious one. It could be that, or it could be that you do a lot of volunteering in your community, or that you've had a lot of experience with leadership. And the reason that they want those students is because the students that go into their schools, they want them to be able to kind of represent the school to the best of their abilities. And by having a wide range of experiences and a very, very well-rounded understanding of the world around you as a teenager, those extracurriculars are a huge plus. Are extracurriculars necessary? I would definitely say so. If not for the university applications, because I genuinely don't understand too much about how much extracurriculars count for admissions and stuff like that. If they're not necessary for the university, they are necessary for yourself because it builds confidence, and as corny as it is, it really gives you the chance to experience things outside of your comfort zone so that you're able to go to university with a well-rounded and broad perspective of the things that you're doing. One thing that I found from university applications and people stressed out about applications and stuff like that is that they're usually stressed out about not understanding why extracurriculars are necessary. And so what I would say is go to as many university fairs as you possibly can, talk to people. There's organizations, student organizations on social media that specifically talk about admissions and tips and tricks for seniors going into university or any other pathway for post-secondary. So I would say do your research with them and try to understand what criteria universities are. That information, unfortunately, just won't come from me. How can I do extracurriculars without jeopardizing my grades? So this is a good question, and one that I can answer. Block out your work. For example, some days you don't even need to look at your extracurriculars, and this is coming from somebody who enjoys doing her extracurriculars a lot. Sometimes you just need to focus on your schoolwork, and it's absolutely okay if you need a break from your extracurriculars so that it doesn't jeopardize your grades. Your grades are necessary because I feel like a lot of students, not just universities, but students themselves, they weigh their grades more than their extracurricular achievements. So if you're under that circumstance, it's absolutely okay to take a step back and ask whoever your exec is or whatever organization that you work in, whatever club that you work in, to just take a 5-day, 4-day break, something like that, that will allow you to readjust your head, refocus, catch up on all of the stuff that you have to do for school, and then you can come back. And that kind of, like I said in a previous question, creates that balance. You're allowed to step back and prioritize your school, and you're allowed to prioritize your mental health and your extracurriculars and all that stuff, and take a small step back. One thing that I also think that a lot of people do, including myself, is I like to spend one designated period of time, like an office hour or something like that, to do my extracurriculars, and then the rest of it, if they're small tasks that I can kind of just do on the fly, I'll do them, but if they're big tasks, I'll wait until my next office hour. So a lot of the times I spend my lunch times as my office hours, so if I have to do anything for extracurriculars like design work or videos or this, for example, I will do them at lunchtime, and I will complete them in the time that I have given myself as an office hour, and then the rest of it I'll kind of spend on schoolwork, and I'll do the stuff to maintain my grades, and then the next lunchtime, if I feel like I need to kind of go back to one assignment, or I need to start another assignment for an extracurricular, I'll do that. But I'll only kind of allocate that office hour time for your studies so that it doesn't kind of interfere. Because also keep in mind that your extracurriculars and your academics are two different mindsets. One mindset could be more social and more broad in terms of whatever you're doing, so you might be like an exec of a club or something like that, and so you have to be more social in one. And then your academics might just be more written based, or whatever school that you go to, you might have more independent work. And so those two mindsets sometimes don't work well together. They'll clash. So it's important that when you're allocating that time to just understand how you want to split it up so that your time, your energy designated for your schoolwork doesn't clash with the energy that you're designating for your extracurriculars. Another thing that I find helps with extracurriculars and balancing schoolwork is delegation. And sometimes this task isn't easy because it depends on the type of leader that you are, it depends on the type of teammate that you are. You might prefer to do all of the work yourself so that you A, either have some control over it, or B, because you don't want to burden others. But it's absolutely okay if you want to just delegate these tasks to other people, because your quality of work, first of all, might not be as tip-top as it would be if you weren't stressed with school. And so if you want the best quality of work, sometimes it's best to just delegate it to somebody else. And the second thing is keeping all of that stuff to yourself and doing that work yourself. That might work a couple times, and then as it builds up and up and up, you're going to start feeling that lack of balance, like we said in the first question, and lack of ability to maintain good student grades and mental health. So delegating definitely works. Even as a team member, when you're not the one actively giving assignments away, it's okay to ask your leader to, could you please give this half of the assignment to somebody else so that I don't have to, so that they can give you their best version of the work, and I can take a quick second to just breathe because I'm struggling with something at school. That's absolutely fine, and I can tell you on behalf of all student leaders that this is something we absolutely encourage because we understand the workload that you guys are going through. I hope this answers some of your questions. These were the wonderful 4 questions that I got from Evolvere Mental Health, so if you have any more, please feel free to let me know, and I'd be more than glad to hop on here and answer them again. Please do keep in mind that these strategies, they don't work for everybody, and so don't get frustrated if they don't work for you. You will absolutely, and I've said absolutely a billion times, but you will absolutely find a strategy that works for you and that works well for you. So don't get frustrated or discouraged if they don't work for you. You just have to keep trying and keep adjusting your mindset and adapting to your situations so that you can do as well as and be the best version of yourself. Which is a really corny ending sentence. But yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much, Evolvere Mental Health, for allowing me this opportunity to do this video. And I hope I answered some of your questions and gave you some helpful tips and tricks. Thank you. Alright, bye!